Even if the really big archaeological finds may already be in the past, experts are looking for traces of former civilizations and their remains worldwide. As a result, archaeologists repeatedly come across treasures whose meaning and contents they can't believe at first. Today's video will show you some discoveries about things you never expected or were surprised to find after so many years of digging. Make sure to watch to the end and subscribe for more. 2,000-year-old Roman shoe. Between 100 and 260 AD, the limes formed the border between the Roman Empire and Germany. The Salzburg in Hessen is one of the best preserved fortifications. In Roman times, there were 2,600 soldiers and civilians living there. The fort has been reconstructed and is now a World Heritage Site among the archaeological finds. A 2,000-year-old shoe stands out, highlighting the skills and technology of Roman shoemakers. The Romans are credited with inventing the modern shoe that covers the entire foot. The caligae, Roman military sandals, and the shoe in the sailboat are all well known for their rich ornamentation in the upper leather. Nails were used to secure in the outsole to the upper leather. Ancient Roman Hand of God. In England, Hadrian's Wall was built to protect Roman garrisons from the savage Celts of Scotland. Several Roman camps were located along this rampart, and this man-made border was now the site of many bloody battles. A bronze hand discovered during a long-running expedition points to one of the most brutal battles near Roman Vinland and Northumberland. It is believed that the 2.3 kilos of bronze hand was buried near the site of one of the battles. As a good omen, it was most likely a gift to one of the Roman commanders who attempted to subdue the Scottish rebels at this location and advance further north. A golden cannonball from the sea. When two amateur researchers came across a golden object while looking for new fossils, they were astonished. The round object resembled a golden cannonball. It was later discovered, however, that it was a finely polished stone that developed a golden surface as a result of various chemical properties. The real secret, however, was in the sphere's core. After breaking it open, a fossil from earlier times was revealed. The ammonite-like find is said to be nearly 185 million years old. Fortunately, the amateur researchers documented their discovery and the opening, which may have piqued the interest of others who may come across similar spheres off the coast of Great Britain. Callanish. Callanish is a standing stone formation in Scotland that is similar to Stonehenge. The area's original inhabitants apparently used it as an observatory and place of worship. Not only have sacred burial sites been discovered in various excavations, but the stone arrangement suggests that people have been exploring the heavens as early as 2,500 years ago. The stone's uniqueness stems from their location on the Scottish island. It's still unclear whether these are still connected to the landmass at the time, or a separate Celtic people emerged here, as Stonehenge did. This original house of worship still leaves many questions unanswered about its builders. 800 Egyptian tombs. To make new discoveries, modern archaeology is increasingly relying on high-tech methods. Thanks to computer scans, radar, and satellite imagery, targeted excavations in Egypt are possible. For example, the analysis of space images has led to the discovery of a massive burial ground near the city of Lashit. A total of 800 tombs were discovered, with enough room for over 4,000 people. Archaeologists are looking at the final resting place of tens of thousands of Middle Kingdom residents as researchers assume multiple occupancy over generations. The Pharaonic Empire reached economic and cultural prosperity between 2030 and 1650 BC, but unfortunately, modern looters outpaced the scientists in their search for usable objects. 2,000-year-old marble hand with the fall of the Roman Empire. The Romans' knowledge and culture were also lost. The buildings and testimonies deteriorated, and no one associated anything with the human remains. While uncovering a medieval wall in the heart of Rome, the ruins were used as quarries to obtain good building materials. Archaeologists discovered the head of a marble statue of Dionysus, Roman god of wine, joy, and intoxication. The marble head, which stands about 60 centimeters tall, belonged to a 1st century BC statue and was later used as a simple wall stone. The eyes of the statue were originally made of glass or precious stones, but were removed during Roman times. The white marble statue was colored and adorned with valuable jewelry. Aboriginal Rock Art. The Aborigines are one of the world's oldest people, with some still practicing their traditional way of life. These indigenous Australians are mysterious, with many ancient rites and secrets relating to the origins of their own civilization. Among the origins of the Aboriginal period is a type of rock art that is now thought to be properly dated. The art depicts a wide range of human and animal forms and tells stories about the former lives of indigenous people using insect nests near rock art. The origins of these drawings can now be dated. Some are already 16,000 years old, while others only 12,000 years old. This is only a small indication of how long the Aborigines have been living in Australia and are active as a civilization. One of the many former Aboriginal strongholds that bear signs of various civilizations is located deep in the jungles of Guatemala. The stone treasure chest in Egypt. The dynasty of Thutmosis is one of the most intriguing stories of ancient Egypt, but little is known about it. Many tombs were looted during Egypt's Golden Age. As a result, many traces of the former civilization were destroyed, built over, or forgotten long before our time. One example is Pharaoh Thutmosis II, best known as the husband of Hatshepsut, an Egyptian queen in her own right. For many years, the two siblings most likely ruled over ancient Egypt. They are thought to have existed around 3,500 years ago. Unfortunately, even a tomb of the former pharaoh could not be found until now. However, the discovery of a stone box during an excavation on the Nile could lead to the solution of the mystery. The contents are typical burial objects from that era's tombs, and a small box in the treasure chest bears the name of the renowned pharaoh. So, the excavation team from the University of Warsaw may have discovered for the first time a clue as to where the tomb could be found, which would provide an important piece of the puzzle in the tangled history of ancient Egypt. Ancient ritual sites of Mesopotamia. Even in ancient Persia, worship was not limited to a single deity. Apart from their own kings, there was usually several temples to various gods, as was also known in Rome or Greece. For example, an ancient cult site of the local god of war has been discovered in modern-day Iraq. The excavation took place in the empire's ancient capital, which most likely served as a settlement for the Sumerians. A temple complex was discovered within the deep walls, which most likely decorated to the god of war. In addition to various artifacts dedicated to this deity, experts believe ritual battles took place in the pit. Ancient dam in Israel. That the Holy Land was inhabited long before Christians, Muslims, and the rest of the world. Fighting over cities has been known for a long time. Some of the first people are thought to have emerged here after the great migration of the first humans to Africa began. However, actual evidence of these former people has been scarce, which may now be changing. With find, it concerns some dams that were washed free by unusual weather conditions off the coast of Israel. For a while, the corresponding structures could be seen on the coast. The researchers assume that these dams were built to protect former settlers from rising sea levels 7,000 years ago. With the end of the Ice Age, these former settlements were severely threatened by floods, and the settlements have yet to be discovered. However, the levees and coastal walls have been visible for some time now. Sacrificial horses in the tomb of Jing of Chai. There is still very little known about China's early years. What is known is that around 500 BC, Jing of Chai was a powerful ruler of an equally powerful dynasty in China. He is said to have been gifted a general who succeeded in uniting parts of the country and bringing peace and prosperity to the area, at least for a time, through his conquests. As a result, the duke was buried with honor, which included the sacrifice of 600 horses. These have now been discovered neatly lined up in the tomb. They were most likely offered as a sacrifice to the revered ruler. In addition, various riches were buried along with the horses, dogs, and pigs, which are now being discovered piece by piece during archaeological excavations. Stone Age. Workers discovered a wooden structure while constructing a highway in the Czech Republic. The wooden object, which was measured 80 by 80 centimeters and was 25 centimeters high, was identified by archaeologists as the casting of a well. An examination of the wood revealed that the trees were felled approximately 7,205 years ago. This creates the well's remains, the oldest man-made wooden structure discovered. The boards used by the Neolithic people were held together with wooden rivets. The surrounding area provided the hazelnut and beech trees. The good enclosure provides insight into the living conditions of Europe's first settlers. People settled down and gave up their nomadic life during the Neolithic period. Did these discoveries shock you? Let us know in the comments down below and subscribe for more.